All right. A couple of things on today's lesson. Negative numbers with exponents. These two parts are going to be pretty simple. Anytime we multiply with negative symbols or divide, we just count up the total number of negative symbols. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an odd number, so we know that our answer is going to be negative. If we totaled them up and it was an even number, then our answer is going to be positive. Then we just actually multiply. 5 times 4 is 20, times 3 is 60, times 2 is 120, times 1 is 120, so negative 120. So the negative symbols, all you have to do is count them up, and that tells you whether your answer would be. Same thing here. Because it's to the third power, we know that the answer is going to be negative. 2 to the third is 8. Here, we know that our answer is going to be positive because we're going to have an even number. We're going to have 4 negative symbols. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 81, so just a positive 81. Here we're going to have an even number, so 9 squared is 81. And here we're going to have an odd number, so negative 5. When we are dividing with terms, so these can look intimidating, they're actually very easy. So when we first take the numbers, what can go into both 6 and 3? 3 can. So the top number becomes a 2. The 3 cancels out. Then we do A's. When we're dividing with exponents, we just subtract. So this A is gone. We're left with 1 on the top. Here we have 3 up here and 1 down here, so we subtract. We're left with 2 on the top. And then C, because there's nothing on the bottom, we don't have to actually, I was going to put a 1 down there, but that's unnecessary. So this is what we would get when we factor this down. Here's going to be a little bit different one because we're going to have some on the top and the bottom. So what goes into both 8 and 6, but 2. So on the top we have 4, and on the bottom we have 3. There's nothing else that can go into them, so we can't reduce it. It's almost like you're reducing a fraction. Here we have 1x on the top, 2 on the bottom, so we're left with 1 on the bottom. We have 3y on the top, only 1 on the bottom, so we're left with 2y on the top and just z squared on the top. So this would be your answer to the second one when we factor it, because we are just subtracting the ones that are alike, and we're putting them whichever one has more and whichever one's left in that spot. Over here, what number goes into both 15 and 25? 5 does, so we have a 3 on the top and a 5 on the bottom. M squared and m, so we're left with just an m on the bottom. N squared and n squared, they completely cancel out because there's 2 of each, and then we're just left with p up here, so 3p over 5m. And that's all you do to factor problems with exponents like that. You just subtract if it's an exponent, and if it's